and welcome to our Teaching for Success engagement series. I'm your host, Rosa Kemirembe. Today we confront a reality we all see but often feel powerless to change. We need to move beyond simply describing the challenges in our education system. We know them all too well. Instead, we must focus on what we can actually do. The practical, tangible steps each of us can take. This is a conversation about our collective responsibility as parents, educators, business owners, and community members. Let us begin with a simple, powerful truth that we must remind ourselves of daily. The children in our classrooms today, from the youngest in kindergarten to the students at university, are not just our children. They are our future accountants, our future doctors, our future members of parliament, and our future farmers, and more. The quality of their minds will directly determine the quality of our national future. The security of your retirement, the stability of our economy, the safety of our communities, all of this rests on the foundation we are building, or failing to build, in our schools right now. This connection is what we so often miss. We focus intensely on the well-being of our own immediate family, working tirelessly to pay school fees for our own children, but this focus can become a trap. Ask yourself this: what is the value of your child's excellent education if they graduate into a society where customers are uneducated, their employees lack critical thinking skills, and the leaders making decisions are not equipped for the job? An individual success story cannot thrive in a failing system. Our fates are intertwined. When we neglect the education of any child in Uganda, we are in fact compromising the future environment in which our own children and grandchildren will live and work. Now, let's talk about the world our children are actually growing up in. Education is no longer something that happens only between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. within school walls. Our children are enrolled in a second very powerful school, the digital world. Through social media and television, they are learning about values, relationships, and success from influencers and celebrities. This curriculum often promotes instant gratification, consumerism, and values that may not align with our own. The question is not whether they are learning outside of school, but what they are learning and who is teaching them. Are we, as a community, being outspoken enough in providing a counter-narrative? Are we providing a compelling real-world education that can compete with these digital distractions? This leads us to the very purpose of education. What should a child leave school with? Is it a collection of facts memorized for exams and then largely forgotten, or is it something deeper? True education is about building a toolkit for life. It is the ability to think critically, to read the news and ask why, not just what. It is the creativity to see a problem in your community like poor waste management and design a solution. It is the innovation to turn a local crop into a profitable product. It is the character to lead with integrity and collaborate with others. When we reduce education to passing exams, we are selling our children short. We are giving them a fish instead of teaching them how to fish. So the central question remains: what can we as individuals actually do? The solution does not lie only in waiting for government policy to change. It lies in our own hands and in our own communities. Let's talk about practical, actionable ideas. For parents listening, your role is paramount. It extends far beyond paying school fees. It is about engagement. When was the last time you sat with your child and asked, what was your score? But what question did you ask in class today? Or what problem did you try to solve? What's the action you can take as a parent? This week or in the next academic year, commit to having one conversation with your child about a real-world issue. Discuss a news story about a local business or community project. Ask for their opinion. You can also make a point of formally meeting your child's teacher, not just at report card time, but to simply ask, how can I support what you are doing in the classroom? For the educators and school administrators, you are on the front lines. We know you are often under-resourced and under immense pressure. The call to you is to be architects of learning, not just deliverers of a curriculum. What action can you take? Can you introduce one practical project-based activity in the upcoming term? It doesn't have to be grand. A mathematics class could design a budget for a small business. A science class could analyze the quality of water in their local area. Look for partners in the community who can bring real-world context into your lessons. For the business owners and professionals, you hold a key that our schools often lack: real-world application. Your involvement is not just charity, it's an investment in your own future workforce and customer base. Your action could look like this. Could your company adopt a nearby school? This doesn't mean just giving money. It could mean allowing your staff to volunteer an hour a week to mentor students in their field. Donating outdated but functional equipment, computers, tools, furniture that you no longer need. Inviting a class to visit your workplace for a day to see how the skills they learn in school are applied. For the community leaders and every concerned citizen, change starts locally. The strength of a school is often a reflection of the strength of the community that surrounds it. What action can you take? Mobilize your local councils, your religious groups, or your neighborhood. What is one thing your local school desperately needs? Is it a library, better sanitation? Start a community drive to address that one single need. Organize a career day where people from different professions in your area come to speak to students. The success of nations that have transformed their fortunes shows us one common thread: collaboration. They have moved from a mindset of every man for himself to we are all in this together. In Uganda, we must confront our own tendency towards a destructive rivalry, where we sometimes view a neighbor's progress as our own loss. We must replace this with a culture of collaboration, where the success of every school and every child is seen as a victory for all of us. Remember, let us not be known as the generation that saw the problems and simply talked or complained about them, but as the generation that rolled up their sleeves and created solutions by setting clear goals in our communities, making concrete plans with our schools, donating our time and resources, and choosing collaboration over competition. The time for waiting is over. Complaining builds nothing, but action, your action, combined with your neighbors, builds a future where every Ugandan child has the tools to build a better Uganda for us all. Let us be the architects of that future starting today. Thank you for listening to Teaching for Success. I'm your host, Rosa Kemirembe. This is not just a podcast to listen to. It's a call to action to answer. Let's get to work.